chatting it up.
Yeah, I thought he was behind us. I don't know.
Can either of you do a Coach Sandlin impression while we wait?
No,
never mind.
thanks,
He's
wait.
coming. Shh. We're joined by head coach Scott Sandlin, sophomore forward Nick Swaney, senior forward Billy Exel. We'll have Coach make an opening statement, and then we'll take questions for the players first.
Well, really proud of our guys. It's really exciting to win this championship again against a great team. Didn't look so good early, but our guys just stuck with it and kind of grinded through it and found a way. And Nick scored obviously a big goal. Billy scored, I think, a bigger goal shorthanded for us to give us some life there and tie the game up. But I thought it was a real good hockey game after the first period, and two teams that, you know, we've played 5 times this year and we've had unbelievable games with them. So I have a lot of respect for their team. I think they're a tremendous hockey team. But it was a big win for our guys. Really exciting to move into the tournament after a win like this tonight.
Questions for the players, please.
Both Nick and Billy, can you guys both take us through the goals and what Tanner Latterer was able to do to set both of you guys up there?
Yeah, just on the penalty kill there, I saw them going back to get the puck, and we wanted to get in and get pressure on them. So I came in and out, and then Tanner came in and kept that pressure and ended up getting a turnover, and then I just seen him taking the puck to the net and made a nice little fake and slid it over to me.
Yeah, I think mine, Jesse, I think he blocked that shot and kind of helped the transition go the opposite way, and Tanner picked it up, and he made a great pass. I was fortunate enough to find the back of the net, and it was all him. He made great plays on both the 2 goals, and he's been doing it all year, and it was great to see.
John Gilbert from the Reader up there. Both you guys, it's interesting because we're trying to pick the all-tournament team, and I was trying to pick whoever was the best forward on the UMD team, and it was like a 12-way tie. It was like, I mean, you really couldn't tell who was going to come up and do it and who was coming through because everybody contributed so well. Is that balance something? I mean, you guys just wait for your turn to go out and say, I'll do it this time?
I think, when we have 4 strong lines, and then after the first period there, we were missing a centerman, so I think that was a good opportunity for guys to step up into positions they maybe haven't played before. But in a big game like this, you got to take what you can get, and I think, like you said, everyone stepped up and did a good job and ended up getting the win.
Jess Myers from the Rink Live. Nick, what was the conversation on the bench when they were reviewing that potential 3rd goal for St. Cloud? And once that's disallowed, how much of a boost or kind of a lift does that give you, kind of a new life?
Yeah, I think we knew we just needed to stick with the game no matter what was going to happen. We knew we had to go back out there and battle, and obviously it didn't go in, and kind of gave us some life there. And we knew after that one we had to pick up the game and kind of bring it to them. So I think we kind of just stay positive with it, and yeah, it was good.
Question for Nick. Nick Maxon with KVSC Radio. Let's talk about the emotions after you made that backhand, that game-winning goal in overtime. Just take us through was it surreal for you? Or talk us about the emotions that when you saw that puck hit the back of the net.
Yeah, obviously it feels great. Obviously in a big game like this to be able to get that goal is great, but I think just a test to all the hard work that our whole team put in today. We've been battling all season, and we're lucky enough to win this the championship, and that was something that we want to do from the beginning of the year. So I think just the emotion, knowing how happy all the guys were going to be, it was great.
For Billy or Nick, kind of take us through the mindset after you guys had to kill back-to-back penalties there in the second period, and what was the energy level at that point after those 2 kills against a good power play in St. Cloud?
Yeah, obviously, special teams are a big game. We know that they can either win or lose a game, and we know that penalty kill had to step up, and I think that every single guy did a great job there, and it's something that you can use that as your advantage. You can build off that and use that as momentum going forward. So I think that being able to kill those 2 penalties off in the second was big for us, and it kind of gave us a little jump.
Sam Ali, KQDS, Fox 21. Guys, just talk about, you've been in these overtime games, but once you get into that double overtime session, where do you find the energy when, you know, your legs are like jello and you're just trying to get through it? Take us into that kind of mentality of where you find that energy.
I think, you know, especially going into that second overtime, nobody wants to make a big mistake or you know, have a turnover or anything like that. But I think when you get your opportunity and you take it, you know, that kind of gives you the energy when you see something open. And you know that every play matters, whether you're getting pucks in or pucks out, they got to be hard. So I think just when you have your teammates, you know, counting on you, if you're in a big moment there, I think that's where it comes from.
This is for Billy. Brian Halverson with Minnesota Hockey Magazine. On paper, or I guess online these days, this game really didn't have a lot of implications to where people were going and all that. But does this game kind of prove? I mean, you've been through these battles with St. Cloud for years now, and this kind of prove that it doesn't matter when these two teams play, that the competitive juices are going to run high no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you get the top 2 teams in the country in the same building, you know, you're going to have a good game, like when we played them in their rink, both good games. So, and, you know, when you get into these battles, both teams are preparing. They want, you know, they don't want to lose. So I think going into the game, knowing who we're going to play and kind of what happened last time we played them, that kind of gave us some motivation to want to come out and win this one.
Candace Horgan, U.S. College Hockey Online. St. Cloud got out to a great start, and they seemed to jump all over you for the first 10, 12 minutes of the first period. What did you guys talk about at the first intermission, having come out of that and survived that, weathered that storm, and come out 1-1?
No, you can't repeat that. I'm just kidding.
We knew that we might not have came out how we wanted to, but at the end of the period, it was 1-1, and we knew that we had to come back and play a lot better. And I think just staying positive, staying with the game, and we knew that obviously they're a great team, so we knew we were going to have to weather some storms throughout it, and that just happened along the game. And I think that we came out the second period playing better, and it continued into the third, and obviously both overtimes.
Question for both Nick and Billy. You're still down by 1, but how much confidence do you guys have in front of a goalie like Hunter Shepard, who played out of his mind, rightfully earns the MVP of this tournament? Just what does he provide for you guys on the ice? What does he give you as that mental extra lift, having a guy like him be between the pipes?
You know, he gives us a lot of energy. You know, like even yesterday I was saying he's a little bit of our quarterback on faceoffs. You know, he's always telling guys, keeping them honest on the faceoff. So when we know he's back there and if, you know, we make a mistake or something, we know he's going to be there for us. So it's important for us to try to, you know, limit his job, what he has to do, but we know he's going to be there. So I think that kind of feeds in playing our defensive game and then working out from there.
We'll go to Matt and then Jess and then just a couple more for the players.
Billy, compare the feeling you guys have right now as conference champions compared to the feeling you had walking out of this building last year, not knowing if your season was still going.
Oh, definitely where we want to be now. Not last year, you know, last year after, you know, not what we wanted in this tournament. It's definitely, you know, a lot different knowing, you know, to get a couple wins here and as our team be building momentum and going into the tournament.
Any rituals you guys do as you go deeper into overtime? Changing T-shirts or eating or drinking anything or hydrating? What do you do when you just don't know how late this is going to go?
Drink fluids. I don't know. Not too big rituals. Just kind of get fluids in you. Try and keep the legs as fresh as possible. Yeah, I think that's it.
Take 1 or 2 more. All right, thanks guys. You can head back.